Well, I've followed public policy ever since I was a small child, especially in high school. But I just understand that while a lot of people think that public policy doesn't affect their day-to-day lives, I know that it does, especially in the long term. And I have young children, and I want to make sure that the great country and state that I inherited, I can pass down in a better shape to them. Well, I pastored a church, and then I also, when I came back to Oklahoma, I was pastoring a smaller church, so I also taught micro and macroeconomics at Seminole State College. They were not surprised because, again, I've followed public policy my entire life. As a pastor, I also have a strong belief that our beliefs and what we read in the Bible should affect how we think and how we behave, and it should affect public policy. So I've taught and preached sermons and speak a lot about how do we make that application of both biblical law and natural law to public policy. So I'd spoken about it an awful lot. I think they were a little surprised when I finally, because I'd talked about it for so much, when I finally took the leap, I think that was probably the biggest surprise. I believe one of the reasons our country is in the shape that it's in today is because we've done an awful lot of stuff economically. Again, I taught economics. We've done an awful lot of stuff trying to fix short-term solutions that only makes the problem worse in the long term. And part of that, our country was founded on the idea of individual responsibility and hard work. And much of what we do nowadays, especially at the national level, but even some here at the state level, is sometimes we want to alleviate the hard work part. Sometimes we want to alleviate the consequences of someone not taking personal responsibility because you feel bad for someone and so you want to help them out. But what you do is you then breed a culture of irresponsibility, which of course in the long term is very detrimental to our country and to the very people that you're trying to help. Well, I think one of the most important things for people back home to realize about politics and the legislative process in general, especially when I'm dealing oftentimes with business owners, that when they have a problem in their business, they fix the problem. And so when they identify a problem that I even agree with as a problem maybe from a public policy perspective, they oftentimes think that, well, I should just be able to come up here and fix it. And because they can in their own business, they think that, well, they've elected me, but what they forget sometimes is I'm one of 101 people in the House, and then there's a Senate counterpart and a governor, and sometimes they just don't understand the process that you have to go through to achieve the policy, that it's not like just in your family or in your business where you make a decision and you implement it. It's a completely different process here. Balancing family, I'm blessed in that my kids are a little bit older, so they're not young. And they're really at that stage in life when they're involved with their friends at high school and all of that, and so they're kind of doing their own thing a little bit. So sometimes it's a little frustrating for me. I get home and want to see my children, and they've already got this plan and that plan, and they're doing their own thing. So, but we have a strong family life, and so we try to get to see a movie on Friday or Saturday night, and they're always at church on Sunday. And so I'm blessed that I have a supportive family and that we make it work. I just want to reiterate again of the responsibility that I take seriously and the honor that I'm given by the people that elect me, and I want to continue to serve them to the best of my capacity.